This video is made for adult collectors because monkey.
You saved me. Why?
Monkey.
Prime Wars gave fans a vote. Who would be the next Prime War leader toy or something? I can't quite remember, but Deathsaurus was one of those and he didn't make it. This did though. Taking a look at this now because of this dope ass trailer that just came out, and I keep watching the battle scene where Primal transforms because I think that looks sick. This figure though is a mixed bag. He has several modes, so starting in monkey mode just seems to make the most sense to me. Also, if I say monkey in a weird way throughout this video, it's just because I have this running joke with my friends where we just say monkey randomly because why not? It's a Call of Duty thing. It's a big metal monkey with a surfboard. It's a serious Tahu Nuva vibes here, totally Tahu Nuva there and not Lecon. It's a reference to the Trans Metal one and that's pretty neat. The monkey mode feels a bit thin and lifeless though, which is a bit meh for a leader like this. It doesn't feel the greatest in hand. The plastic also, I don't know, something about it just seems off compared to the other two leaders we got from Power of the Primes. You can fill the space in the back here with the board by folding it up, but I'm not a big fan of how this looks, just kind of hangs off his ass there. Oh, and my figure has a loose ass neck because it's used, so I have to turn the head a little bit to keep it up. Otherwise, he just breaks his neck looking up. Let's go to the little board man chip thingy. This is Primal, you know, this one. There is a matrix in it because all the Power of the Primes leaders come with a different version of the matrix, and this little thing is Headmaster compatible and does absolutely nothing. I don't know why they were Headmaster compatible, but they were. It would have been nice if they had a ball joint in there so they could actually move around a little bit, but whatever. But it still does nothing. And so does this alt mode. It's a plank of wood. Like, it just that's it. I'm not a fan. If it had wings, like fold out wings, that would have made it a little bit better, but it is just Primal with a cockpit on him. Transforming it into a robot is very much just fold out the legs and fold the back down. It's not the most intuitive thing in the world. It actually is pretty boring to convert. And yeah, this doesn't really get any better. The robot mode just kind of stinks. It doesn't look nice, and that one sticker on it doesn't really help this thing from not feeling or looking cheap. Something about the paint application as well feels messy, but it doesn't look messy. The whole thing just feels chalky and lumpy, and because of the massive dump truck he has, his posing sucks. The joints look like they bend in all the wrong places and they feel strange, and his backpack weighs him down a lot and limits his leg articulation, not to mention his immediate lack of heels means he just topples all the time. Big Monkey though can turn into another thing, like a plane thing. Honestly, this alt mode for Optimal Optimus has never really been my thing. It's just weird and it sucks. It looks like his alt mode, but it refuses to hold together because nothing tabs in, which sucks. Like, there's bits that look like they're supposed to tap in, but they don't actually reach, at least on my copy, and it just kind of falls apart. Even the head wants to come out of the torso. It's really annoying. It's a nice size though. I do like how big it is, but those wings could definitely not lift this guy off the ground. So let's just get on to robot monkey mode. Getting here also isn't the best. It's just a very boring conversion. There's no bike mode, which kind of sucks, but it probably would have been as floppy and flimsy as the jet mode. I do wish the conversion was a little bit more involved, having maybe some panels to fold out or some things to flip around in ways that you wouldn't have expected, because it transforms very similarly to the original toy. This robot looks cool though. This is the best part of the figure. I actually love this. He does look kind of like a robot Ron Perlman, which is funny to me because he was voiced by Ron Perlman in Prime Wars, but yeah, I do like this. There's no vac metal parts because of costs and shit, but he doesn't really need them. Granted, he could use more color because everything feels flat, but I doubt chrome would have helped that. You can take the arm guards off and put them on the shoulders, but I don't really like the way that looks personally, so I leave them down there. There is just also Primal hanging off the back. Like, it's probably the least elegant of the three Power of the Primes leader combo gimmick thingies. Like, Rodimus just sort of wears his trailer bits and Prime just slots in so perfectly into his trailer, whereas this guy just sort of hangs off the back and he's like, hi, how's it going? His articulation though is top friggin' notch though. Let me show you. So it's wild that this thing is the most posable
probably the most posable Power of the Primes or Prime Wars Trilogy toy in general, because, or it's up there. Because he doesn't have that much in the way of like engineering to him, because you saw how simple his transformations were. So like, they could put more of the budget towards his posing and... Bruh. So, start with, the head can rotate on a weird axis just because of how it has to fold in, but it can rotate side to side. You can make it look up and down using the neck joint it's on there, but mine is really tight, so I'm not going to bother doing that. Also, mine is a little loose because it is used, so like, he does that a lot. You have shoulders that can do a full 360. They can go out that far on that joint and then go out even further on that joint. They can't do a full T-pose, but it's okay, I guess. You can also do this if you want to. You got elbow bend that goes farther than 90 degrees, and you got a bicep swivel. Stand up straight, you absolute, well, you know, moron. There we go. Wrist rotation, as well as finger articulation and thumb. You know, too bad it doesn't actually come with a gun you can put in his hand, but that's still pretty neat. He does have, oh my god, these loose knees. Oh boy. He has a waist joint. The hips can go forward and back. You gotta move all this crap out of the way to get it to go back. They can go out really far. You got a thigh swivel as well. That's a little limited due to the way the sculpt is at the back, so it only goes about that far. But honestly, that's all you really need it to do. You got knee bend right there, and if you want to go even further, you can untab it to get a full double jointed knee. Tap that back in. And then the ankles can go down and up, which I love, and ankle pivot. So there is so much this guy can do in terms of his posing. The only issue I have is his head. His neck joint is just so limited that he doesn't look great. And there he goes again. He doesn't look great because he can't look in the direction you're posing him in, which is unfortunate. And then I need to, these are all on screws, so I can just tighten everything back up. That's no biggie. But yeah, he's so much fun to mess around with and pose. I just wish the rest of him was nice and fun to mess around with. This also doesn't tab in, so trying to pose him around and that flops around is really annoying. This comes off a lot too, so that can be really annoying while trying to pose him. And I have noticed sometimes where I'm messing with the head and the whole thing will just come off. That's fantastic. However, if you do that, you can have posable monkey. Monkey.
So yeah, it's alright, I guess. Main robot is great, but the rest of it just falls short in so many places. I see this go for like 80 bucks sometimes. Totally not worth it. $30, which is what I paid, then yes, I would go for it. Anything else, way too much. If you're getting the black version with the chair and the Prime Masters and the staff and all that, then yes, that I think is worth $80 to $100 because it's a display piece and it's a really nice display piece. But this base figure, it's fine. It's not amazing. It's not terrible, but it's not that close to good. But it would look great next to that new Dragon Megatron that just released, which I still haven't got yet because he has not come out in Canada. God damn it. Christmas Prime or Holiday Prime releases on December 26th. I don't see any logic in that, but whatever. Like I said, 30 bucks, definitely get it used. If it's brand new, maybe 50, but yeah, I honestly would say avoid it. But that's been my look at Power of the Prime's Optimal Optimus. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.